Well, hello Libras. This is going to be your reading from October the 1st to the 15th. Happy birthday if it is your birthday. Their birthday. I don't know why I said it like that. Sorry, two of my cards came out. If it resonates with you, please like, subscribe, share, comment. That will just really help traction to my page. If it doesn't check your moon and rising, because you could be in that energy as well. Just a reminder, these are general readings, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. If you see me pausing or stopping, I'm just kind of trying to feel what the energy is feeling like. That's kind of one of my tells, or how I get information is through feeling. So if you see me pausing, that is why. All right. Your card this week is Intuition and Downloads. All right, your message. Hearing high-pitched noises, seeing flickers of light, having the sense that you're being visited in your sleep are all signs that you are receiving downloads from heaven. When you draw this card, your angels want you to know that the feelings that you are having and the intuitive urges that you have been feeling are divinely guided and inspired. If you feel like you have been having psychic insight into a particular situation and have been wondering if you can trust them, this card is reassuring that you are indeed correct. This is the time when you're able to see, hear, feel beyond the human senses. Your intuition is becoming stronger and you're in touch with angels, guides, and other divine beings who are encouraging your growth and connection to the universe. You are a light worker. This means that you have the capacity to bring light to earth through your presence and purpose. Even though you may feel sensitive and overwhelmed, know that your gifts are stronger now and your psychic muscles are moving. You are being encouraged to look at beyond what your physical eyes are showing you, and you may want to use what you pick up to plan ahead. If so, it's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. Be aware of the signs and symbols showing up at this time. Your angels are sending you important messages that will keep you moving forward in your life. Call upon them and help them help you connect deeply with the spiritual vision that is opening up within you. Ooh, love this. Seems like some of you are kind of getting those psychic messages coming in. These can mean like angel numbers too. I've been hearing, I am a Libra rising, but I've been hearing these, a lot of tones recently. Like it's been like ear tones, and it's just like, it's like that kind of like buzzing. And I'm just like, oof. I'm like, heard. Messages are heard. All right, let me pull some traditional tarot for you here. I'm just going to pull some cards and then just feel the energy I'm feeling with them, and then we'll kind of move in from there. All right. All right, let me just feel this energy that I'm feeling here, Libra. For Libra, please. I'm just laughing because it's I think it's High School Musical that the song that just came in my head. This is the start of something new, feels so right. That song kind of came into my head, which was interesting, but it feels like a redo. Something is feeling like a redo, feeling like a new start, a different start and a different perspective. Maybe this has to do with career, because I do have the Pentacles kind of popping up here. But it feels like redo energy, it's starting something new, but it's almost like starting again. Here we do have like the Two of Wands and the kind of Three of Wands in the reverse, which is kind of start over energy, which is like back to the drawing board energy. But I don't see this as like a failure. I don't see this as you know, and starting again from a different perspective, I think is kind of what I'm seeing this as. Maybe some of you feel like you're kind of doing a redo in your career, or you feel like you're doing kind of a redo in general in life, in your relationships. We have the Knight of Wands popping out here in the very beginning of the reading, Libra. And this card is kind of about a passionate new beginning here. This could be someone else that's coming in that's passionate. Maybe this is a new relationship for you. They could be a fire sign, or this is you just kind of being ready to kind of go after something new here, being ready for this kind of new start to be had. Whatever this redo kind of energy feels like for you, I think you're going to see how kind of you've changed, and what you're kind of bringing to that now. You know, it's like, yeah, I get a second chance to kind of do this here. I get a second chance to kind of do this right. It feels like, so you might be in that energy right now where you're just feeling like, you know, I get a redo. I get a second chance to kind of make this kind of right. And I think with this redo, you're coming in it with this kind of Nine of Pentacles energy, and this is my self-love, my self-worth kind of energy here. So you're coming in this time into a circumstance with valuing yourself. Again, like I was saying before, whether this is a new kind of relationship here, whether this is a new job, whether this is just a new adventure or experience in general, whatever this kind of back to the drawing board energy is, whatever this thing that we are kind of redoing here, we're coming at it to a space that is a lot more valued to ourselves. You know, we're coming in stronger. We're coming in with more of a sense of kind of who we are, and not really letting people kind of walk all over us, not really letting people kind of break our break our self-worth down, it feels like. We have the Eight of Pentacles kind of in the reversed, which kind of means not working on something, followed by the kind of King of Pentacles here. So maybe in general, this is a feeling of maybe you weren't working on things before and now you're kind of ready to do so, or you kind of weren't working on that kind of emotional side of yourself because you were kind of too focused on your career, or you're kind of too focused on kind of building that coin here. But whatever it is that we're going to be like driving forward on now, I think we're kind of starting to kind of work more on like the emotional side of things, it feels like. Because it's feeling like you're doing pretty good in your career, or with this kind of King of Pentacles here, there is this kind of sense of having a good kind of money foundation. And so it's time to kind of do other stuff now. You've been working really hard. You've been working hard on kind of creating maybe a money basis for yourself, you know, working hard to get kind of those coins here. But now you're like, I'm ready for something else, maybe something more adventurous here, popping up, Libra. Again, we have the Two of Wands coming up in the reverse and the Ace of Swords in the reverse. You're kind of overthinking this restart. You're overthinking this kind of redo. You're kind of like, am I making a mistake here? You know, you're like kind of like, it just feels like starting over again in a weird way. You're like, am I making a mistake? Like, hey, you know, I'm doing this again. But I think the really important thing about this, and what they're really kind of honing down in the energy right now, or what they're kind of telling me here, is it's just kind of more like a new cycle start, and they're just saying like, don't overthink it so much, because you're coming back. Yes, you're doing it kind of again, but it's coming back for a different purpose. It's coming back for you know, you are a different person associated with this kind of energy, Libra. Maybe if some of you are starting school as well, I just kind of feel that like maybe you're like picking up where you kind of left off on something, but you are coming back to it with this kind of new sense of self, which is really, really nice. So don't overthink it so much, is what they're saying. Don't you know, they're like, don't get in your head about it, is this kind of really important message that's popping up here. We have the Tower in reversed as well, which is a mini lesson, which is not like huge change. You know, everything's kind of crumbling around me. This is like I like to call the crack in the foundation. Seeing that little change that kind of needs to be made here and fixing it before everything kind of crumbles. And that's what it's kind of feeling like for you in this energy and in this sense, is being like, no, I'm not starting over. That's a kind of a lie. I'm a different person here. You know, I'm a different person now. So it's not starting over. It's just something new. It's something fresh. It's something exciting here. So kind of move into that energy, because if your intuition is telling you that, if you know, if you're seeing angel numbers when you're thinking about these things, if you are kind of having dreams about these things, trust that, just understand that, trust that kind of gut feeling here. This is something I really got to remember right now, to be honest. Trust that gut and kind of go with it here. Because they're saying what you're feeling is kind of correct, especially now that you're getting this intuition and downloads. So I think that's the little thing that's going to change here for you, is you're not going to see it as like a start over. You're going to see it as a redo, but from a different perspective. It's funny how much of our world is so kind of this cyclotic in a way, like, you know, like everything kind of goes in cycles. And I feel like, I don't know what's happening. I'm not an astrologer, like I know some about signs, but I wonder if there's some kind of event right now in the sky that is being like having that the past kind of come up, or that energy of, you know, oh, this was like the same thing I did but a couple years ago. You know, I don't know if that's happening in the sky right now, but it feels like that. Feels like that energy, revisiting kind of old situations, but from a new perspective, I should say. I know there's a lot of eclipses happening in October, so maybe it's that. I see you walking away from either a group of people or a job, maybe people that you were associated with for a while. We have the Three of Pentacles here, and this is people that we work together with. Again, could be coworkers, could be just generally organizations that we work for. When it's in a reverse like this, it's saying that you know, something is not really working out for us anymore. Whatever this kind of leaving this kind of group behind. It doesn't feel, it does feel sad, but I think in the end it's going to be really, really healing for you. I think there's going to be this healing sense leaving from it. Maybe it is feel like you're like, I'm happy to be out of there. Happy to be having this kind of redo or this fresh start. But yeah, I just get the sense of that it's going to actually be super, super healing for you. So if you're worried about that, I wouldn't stress about it too much. We do have the Two of Cups here, which means a new relationship. Again, this could be, you know, a relationship deepening. This could be just bonding. A new relationship doesn't have to be romantic. It could just be meeting someone new that you want to work with, making new friends. Here, you know, meeting someone else that's going to help you along on your journey here. So I feel like we're maybe leaving one group behind for more of a relationship, or kind of leaving one thing behind and meeting some new people and making new connections here. For Libra. Yeah, definite ending happening for you. Death card coming out. There's something ending for you. Again, this is like what we were saying before. There's this kind of end moment in these 2 weeks, or coming to an end here with this kind of death card. I don't want you to be scared to think it's just death, you know, just being like, oh, someone's gonna die. No, it's more like just an ending in general. Sometimes, yes, it can represent death, but I don't think this is the case. It kind of feels more like an ending and this kind of starting new energy that we were talking about before, Libra. And maybe this is just like an energetic death too. You're just like, this is the old me. I'm going to leave that behind, especially when you're kind of in this energy of your new kind of birth year, or like your new, like your birthday. So your next kind of year that way. I feel like maybe you're like, I'm going to let this kind of part of me die, and I'm ready to kind of move on to something else here. And more on this ending. You're looking a lot at the ending and not really looking at kind of the opportunities that are coming in here. We have the Four of Cups kind of coming up, and we have the Six of Cups. So you're looking at this ending, and you're not really seeing that there's this kind of new opportunity here for you, that the universe kind of has your back, that the universe is kind of going to bring more things towards you here. You know, maybe some things have to end, so other things have to open here. It's like one door closed, three open. Kind of feels like that in a way for you. Again, this is what I'm saying before, like it's not, you know, this kind of like redo energy, but it's coming redo from another perspective here. We have the Six of Cups coming up, which is sometimes meaning someone from the past is coming back. Maybe you are kind of energy of just feeling like stuck in the past with this. Looking at all the things that kind of didn't work out for you here, all the endings that you did have, and really hyper-focusing on that. I kind of want to see, I want to pull another cup for the Six of Cups. Pull another cup. I meant pull another card for the Six of Cups. Interesting. The energy on the Six of Cups is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Honestly, sometimes this is like gold digger energy. It's someone that's just hyper fixed on money. You know, money is everything. I want more of it. I want it, you know, I need more kind of in the bank. I want, you know, it's like kind of that greed kind of energy that's coming from this person. Someone who's kind of really, only really after themselves, you know, not afraid to kind of steal from someone here. I don't want to say steal, but just it just is that kind of greedy of money, just like more and more and more and more of money here. And it's coming up with this past energy. So maybe there's someone that you have associated with in the past. Maybe this is an earth sign that might be coming back to you that is kind of really just kind of money hungry. Or this is kind of you, where you've just been hyper focusing on your kind of money or the material value instead of like maybe your own happiness here, or you know, what will kind of be better for you here. But there is this kind of major victory that's coming out of this here. Maybe you're kind of are opening up emotionally. Maybe you're kind of inviting new things in, more cups into your life, which is our emotions, you know, looking for something a little bit deeper than just kind of monetary value. We do have a victory in that sense. So it feels like you might be opening up a little bit more. It feels like you're kind of connecting to that side of life a little bit more as well. And we have the Judgment card coming out as well. So the universe is kind of watching at this moment to see if you're really kind of like trusting yourself, if you are kind of really moving into a space where you're starting to really believe in yourself here and open yourself up a little bit more. I'm just getting this kind of, yeah, there's more to life energy for you, Libra. You're like, there's just more than that, you know, that it's deeper than that. So you might be having those revelations right now as well. We do have the Six of Pentacles coming out, which is in the reverse, and this energy is usually energy of feeling alone, isolated, having to kind of do everything myself. Energy, which you might find kind of like really frustrating right now. So you might be in that space where you're just like feeling like very alone, or you're feeling like, oh, I have to do all of this myself, you know, feeling that kind of burden, that kind of responsibility here, that there's no one kind of out there to help you with this, or no one's there to take care of you, or no one's there to, you know, be there for you in a way. With the Moon card coming out, this is just kind of saying that it is kind of an illusion in a way. There are people out there that are here to help you, and the universe wants to help you here as well. So get out of that energy, because the moon is kind of like our shadow work, right? It's kind of this energy where we don't see kind of things clearly, or it's kind of associated with our kind of subconscious here as well, right? So some of this energy or feeling of aloneness, of having to do everything yourself, might come from your subconscious. It might be something that's coming from childhood, whatever it is for you here. But with the Strength card coming out as well, they're just telling you to have strength in this situation. Again, you will kind of be out of this energy, whatever it's feeling like, where you have to do everything alone. And I think you're kind of moving into the more kind of relationship based here energy. So just have strength. You will get through this, whatever these feelings that you are having in these 2 weeks. Just know that they will pass. Yeah. Six of Swords. Maybe some of you are moving, or just in general just moving on from this energy. Maybe some of you are traveling, leaving something behind in general. That's what the Six of Swords is all about, leaving something behind here, moving away from something. With the King of Cups in reverse, which is energy of kind of blocked emotions. So again, for some of you, this is a really emotional thing, where we're moving away from this energy of, you know, just focused on kind of our money, just gaining that, feeling like isolated, alone, and not really caring for our emotional self, kind of our emotional connections here. For others, this is just kind of moving away, might be even physically, like leaving something behind, leaving someone behind who is not really emotionally open or emotionally kind of capable here. All right, let's move into some oracle cards. Let's see what we got. For Libra, please. Thank you. For Libra, please. All right. So the card you got was Envy. Lack, dissatisfaction. This card shows up a woman holding a huge pearl in one hand and a platter of coins and pearls in the other hand. She stands in a silver room looking out at the golden city and on the horizon. She has a life of value already, but she ignores that and longs for the shining prosperity that she sees elsewhere. Instead of feeling happy and fulfilled, her desires for more only cause a deep sense of lack and dissatisfaction. The energy shows in her dress. This card upright is telling you to let go of jealousy and acknowledge the blessings that you already have in your life. Now is the time to shift your focus. After all, when you envy others, it only attracts more to them, not you. Notice all that you have and thank the universe for it. If this card is near the appreciation card in your spread, this message is doubly important. Now is the time to move on from consciousness of lack to one of value. With this shift, all things change. And this is what we're kind of talking about, right, with this Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This kind of like just consumed by that, just consumed by like that financial greed. And, there's never enough. There's always going to be someone richer than you. There's going to be always someone that has more than you. So it feels like you're kind of letting go of maybe that idea of that climb that you kind of need more or more. That's what I'm saying. All right. You also have weight. Wait, is not yet time, things are being woven. In our fast, loud, reactive, comparative world, where instant response is so often expected at times, even currency can feel although almost impossible to take a breath, let alone give yourself the space to rest, wait, and reset. We're so often in overdrive, expecting instantaneous results over and over again. When the guidance doesn't come at these extreme speeds, it can feel as though something has gone wrong. But often not receiving guidance is guidance in itself. When you ask for guidance and don't receive it, can often mean wait. It is not yet time. The details are being woven. Our challenge is to keep trusting when on the surface it appears that nothing is happening. To remember that no matter how long or bitter the winter, spring always does come. To remember that you don't need to solve all the world's problems in a single day, and that perhaps you would be better solved with some perspective and a good night's sleep. This card is also permission slip to slow down, switch off, and rest. You're being reminded to have patience and to trust the mystery of life, to trust things are being woven on your behalf. It may not be happening on the timeline that you would like, but gather up the patience, it will be orchestrated better than you could ever imagine. All right, Libra. That was your first of the month reading. I hope that helped.